You just finished a ritual that stretched late into the night. You feel like you should be exhausted, but instead, you're wide awake. You're not alone. It's happened to countless witches throughout history. I don't know who coined the term, but we've always called this phenomenon circle buzz. It's the energetic imprint left over from the ritual that affects your physical body. It isn't a bad thing, but it's important to be conscious about it. Hey everybody, it's me, Eric Arcadian, and this is my show, where I talk about the things that interest me: spirituality, music, magic, witchcraft, and the occult. Today's topic is circle buzz. Not everyone feels the physical side effects, but that doesn't mean that the energy isn't there. For those just starting out on this path, it might be negligible. As you progress in the craft and learn how to better situate yourself in a ritual mindset, the potential for energy overload grows. And that's why it's a good idea to form grounding habits now. Circle buzz affects 11 out of 13 practitioners. Now, that's a fake statistic, but it could be true. Put on some white clothes and go frolic in nature. Slide down some grassy hills. Climb a few trees. Splash in puddles. When you return home, you might notice your clothes look a bit different. It's not that you did anything bad or harmful, but you were exposed to a lot of things that you normally wouldn't be exposed to. This is basically what happens to your aura during a ritual. It's exposed to a lot of energy. In most Wiccan circles, we're not really worried about harmful or negative energy being present. But even in excess of good energy is still excess that needs to be dealt with. So, what does it feel like exactly? Well, that's kind of like asking, what does the color purple taste like? Or how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? It's going to manifest slightly differently for everyone. For me, it sometimes feels like being a heavy cloud, if that makes sense. Some people might not feel it at all, but again, that doesn't mean that the energy isn't there. You might feel like your head is in the clouds. I might feel like I'm underwater. It's different for everyone. Circle buzz can manifest in various ways, and here are some common signs that you might be buzzed. Heightened energy levels. Instead of feeling tired after a ritual, you may feel wide awake and energized. Difficulty sleeping. If you find it hard to fall asleep or stay asleep after a ritual, it could be a result of residual energy from your practice. Increased sensitivity. Circle buzz can make you feel more sensitive to your surroundings. You might notice subtle shifts in energy, heightened intuition, or increased perception of the spiritual realm. Restlessness. Feeling restless or having a racing mind even though you physically finished the ritual, is a typical sign of circle buzz. Your body and mind may still be processing the energy. Tingling or vibrating sensations. Some practitioners report feeling physical sensations such as tingling or vibrations in their body, particularly in areas related to energy centers or chakras. Emotional intensity. Circle buzz can amplify emotions, causing you to feel a heightened range or experience intense waves of energy. And finally, euphoria. Getting an awesome endorphin rush? Well, yeah, that might also be a result of circle buzz. By the way, if you're enjoying this type of content, you can find more over on my YouTube channel or support my work on Patreon. Links will be in the show description. Remember, not everyone experiences these signs, as each individual might have varying levels of sensitivity to energy. However, being aware of these potential signs can help you recognize and navigate the effects of circle buzz. As far as aura hygiene goes, we're basically talking about the energetic equivalent of taking a shower. We briefly touched on this concept a moment ago, so I'm sure by now you're aware that your aura can pick up unwanted energy from people or places that you interact with throughout the day. All of this can happen without you even knowing what's going on. This is one reason why we try to teach shielding and grounding techniques to our students very early in their training. It's also part of the reason why we take ritual baths prior to showing up for ritual. So, if we're really good at shielding and we come to ritual really clean, we're set, right? Wrong. Think of it this way. If you were working all day to build a temple, physically lifting stones and setting them in place, you'd probably work up quite a sweat. After spending all that energy, you might need a shower. In fact, you'd probably stink. When we make sacred space, we're literally building an energetic temple. Your aura is sweaty, and it deserves a shower. Every now and then, Celine and I end up doing a bunch of back-to-back rituals, maybe 3 in the span of a week. I start to feel pretty lazy with a schedule like that, and oftentimes grounding is one of the first things that I begin to neglect. And then suddenly, for what feels like no reason, I start getting terrible migraines. I go to bed with it and I wake up with it. I tell myself that I must be dehydrated, so I drink extra water. I grab the Advil bottle. I try to blame it on every possible mundane thing that I can think of. My hair tie is too tight. I slept in a weird position. I need caffeine. But hours after letting my hair down, caffeinating, popping Advil, and drinking a bottle of water, there's no relief. The migraine persists. Oh right, I forgot to ground. The point is, excessive accumulation of energy can often start to manifest physical symptoms. For me, that usually takes the form of headaches and migraines. Your body and your aura deserve a break. There are plenty of ways to prevent it from getting to this point. One classic, easy way to ground is to eat. It's generally a good idea to be a little hungry before going into ritual. You don't want to be bogged down by a heavy meal. We like to feast afterwards because it gives everyone a chance to come back down to earth and ground. When I was an outer court student, there were several nights I remember trying to leave immediately after the ritual had finished. I can still clearly hear my high priestess saying, "You need to eat something before you leave." Now, Celine and I are the ones saying that to our coveners. Food can be a simple, communal way to ground, especially if you eat with the conscious intention of reconnecting to the mundane world. But dealing with excess energy is important for any type of magical practice. Aside from eating, there are lots of simple things that will help mitigate the effects of circle buzz. They're also, in general, just good things to do. Grounding exercises can help bring you back to a balanced state. This can include activities such as standing barefoot on the ground, visualizing roots growing from your feet into the earth, or taking a quick walk. Practice meditation and deep breathing techniques to help calm your mind and body. Focus on your breath, allowing yourself to release any excess energy and find inner balance. Engage in physical activities that help release energy and bring you back to your body. This could include yoga, dancing, or any form of exercise that resonates with you. Nature has a grounding effect on our energy. Spend time outdoors, whether it's walking in a park, sitting beside a tree, or simply enjoying the beauty of natural surroundings. The Earth's energy can help stabilize and balance your own. You can journal, write down your experiences, and reflect. Journaling can help you process and understand the energetic effects of the ritual, allowing you to integrate the energy in a mindful way. Explore various protection and shielding techniques that resonate with you. This could include visualizing a protective bubble of energy around you, wearing protective crystals, or using sacred symbols for protection. And finally, music. Listening to or playing music is a great way to channel any extra energy you might have flowing through you. Pick up your favorite instrument or cue up your favorite playlist. Remember, as I've said many times, everyone experiences things differently. So it's important to find what works best for you. Developing a grounding practice that aligns with your beliefs and needs will help you navigate the energetic effects of your magical operations in a positive and sustainable way. It's good to be comfortable with 2 or 3 different methods so that you can always stay balanced regardless of your surroundings. Personally, I take my shoes off, find a patch of grass somewhere, and stand or crouch for a couple of minutes. I visualize the energy inside my body as a liquid, flowing out through the bottom of my feet. And in my head, I say something like, I return this excess to the earth where it can be renewed. That works for me, and I'd love to hear what works for you. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. If you liked this episode, check out the description for links to more of my work, including my YouTube channel, blog, and Patreon. I'm Eric Arcadian, and until next time, stay tuned for more.